By the year 1967, all of my grandparents, with the exception of Grandma Mary, had passed away. My dad's parents had passed away before I was born. I never had the opportunity to meet them except through family photos. My mom's father, my grandfather, passed away in 1967. His was the first family funeral I remember attending. I know, just hearing the word funeral might make you feel queasy or uncomfortable. If we haven't met before, I'm Pamela Wilson, the Care Navigator, and author of the book, The Caregiving Trap, Solutions for Life's Unexpected Changes. Let me lighten the mood and tell you a story about Grandma Mary. It's no good to get old. This is the wisdom of my 90-something grandma who had arthritis so advanced that the fingers of her hands were gnarled. She crocheted doilies and slippers to keep her hands and fingers from becoming frozen, as she would say. Yet I never heard Grandma truly complain. She would shake her crooked fingers at me, smile and say, "It's no good to get old. It's no good to get old." To this day, Grandma is one of the kindest and most pleasant persons I've ever met. At least in my memories, Grandma Mary represents everything that is good about the role of caregiving. My first memories of Grandma are when my grandfather was still living. My grandparents lived upstairs above the family bar called the White Eagle on the corner of 32nd and L Street in Omaha, Nebraska. To reach to the upstairs apartment, we had to walk up a long flight of brown painted steps that creaked and groaned with every footstep. I have no idea how my arthritic grandmother navigated these steps. I had to hold onto the railing just to keep my balance. Another memory. Grandma wore dresses, and some of you may remember that years ago, stockings were held up by garters with metal hooks, under which she placed pennies so that the metal portion of the garter hook didn't cut into her skin. Many times when I visited, she would pull up her dress and give me a shiny copper penny. Grandma had another saying, "Thank you for coming to see me." No matter how many times I visited Grandma, the last words out of her mouth before I walked out of the door of her apartment were, "Thank you for coming to see me." I remember when she became ill, I went to visit her in the hospital. The last words I remember her saying, "Thank you for coming to see me. Thank you for coming to see me." If only these words, "thank you," were said more often, caregiving situations would be more pleasant. The importance of being thankful and gracious, even when caregiving situations may be difficult, is extremely important. Many of my clients, many of whom are caregivers, often tell me that they feel trapped by caregiving situations. My clients who are care recipients, like Grandma Mary, tell me the same thing. They feel trapped in aging bodies, trapped by the number of prescription medications they take every day just to feel okay. If you and I haven't met before through my website, my newsletter, my radio program, or in person, you may not know my personal history as a family caregiver. I lost half of my immediate family, both parents, a brother, and a sister, before the age of 40. If we haven't met before, you may not know about my career as a professional advocate working in the care industry since 2000. I want to share with you the idea of the caregiving trap presented in my book by the same name. How the idea of care sneaks up on caregivers and care recipients, and steps you can take today to make sure that your caregiving or care receiving experience is positive. Visit my website page featuring information about my book, The Caregiving Trap, at thecaregivingtrapbook.com. Here you'll find more information, including helpful tips and exercises to support you in the journey of care. If you're already on my website watching this video, click the button to visit the Caregiving Trap, Solutions for Life's Unexpected Changes, and subscribe today to receive beneficial updates and special offers. I'm Pamela Wilson, the Care Navigator and author of the book, The Caregiving Trap, Solutions for Life's Unexpected Changes.